Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and we are continuing our traveling at night. When we last left off, we finally made it to the sanitarium, met the doctor. He was not a man of his word. We also met this fine chap here who's got a mantis growing off of his arm. And let's just kind of sift through our journal again here. Yes, here's what we're after. After. Yes, so, distrust. Dr. Obier declared he would tell me where to find Nina, if I stayed a few days at the sanitarium and attend sessions with him. However, he has already reneged on— oh, in the description! Alright, so I'm not just out of line here. So I did tell him to go to hell. Yes, so, we've got his secrets. Keeps his records in a secret office behind the public one. I'll need to go in there after dark. Which I don't think we've run into any way for passing time yet, have we? Nope, that's just regular old pause. We also know that we could get to him in his dreams, perhaps. If, we met someone of sufficient skill. We haven't quite made friends enough with this guy whose name I've already forgotten. Mathis. Yes, we are back. He's still flat, but he meets my eyes now. Let's see. What if I ask you about someone? Yes. What's his opinion of Strathcoin? The richer the man, the harder to like. Mr. Strathcoin, or Monsieur Strathcoin, the name is much gallified, is very rich. But his arm has a certain charm. Those eyes, Vincent and I, we call her Annabelle. Store that one away. What else? No, there's nothing else yet. We know that we haven't made friends enough with him that he would help us with the doctor. Maybe there's a way we could solve that. Also, we know there's someone in this kitchen that we can talk to. Ooh, can we talk to the cat? How did I not notice you last time? Cats can be useful sometimes. They know the ways of dreams. I mean, depending on how Lovecraftian we are. Well, no, even non-Lovecraftian things do tend to attribute a lot of supernatural powers to felines. The cat's eye is fixed upon me. It stares at once both terrified and indignant. Oh no, it disapproves of us. I am a dog person, but well, let's still be friendly. I don't actually in real life. I think due to some early childhood experiences that prejudiced me against cats, I always get a little uncomfortable around them. But, I mean, I wouldn't hurt a cat, because that would be, that would be a real jerk move. Let's be friendly. Though then again, they can probably tell. They can always tell. The cat remains motionless. Probably don't want to just touch the cat without their permission. Yes, this is how such a cat would prefer to be touched. Yes, we'll try to, use our bird song. Beneath the chin, for instance, and the absurd, magnificent chest ruff also requires attention, gaining 2 heart experiences. Yes, this is clearly acceptable. Quite acceptable. Oh my goodness. Very appreciative. And we've gained a memory of satisfaction. The cat does not let down its guard. The eyes continue to blaze like frightened headlights at night. But we have established diplomatic relations. Good, good. Oh, well, I guess that's all for now. Perhaps we can chat with the cat later. We have made friends. Oh, wait, I can talk to you still. Let's get in there. You have anything of interest to say to me? I guess we'll renew our diplomatic ties. Excellent, excellent. The Hobson cat detente is affirmed by both sides and may continue. Alright, so I don't think there's anything I can do with the cat right now. We can't pursue any deeper investigations. So let's chat with this fine fellow. Oh. What it is. A dreamily smiling, dreamily humming woman in horn-rimmed glasses. Delicious scents waft from the kitchen behind her. Ham, onions. Oh, are you the chef? Seeing as, you're just hanging out here. Spencer, right? I'm Bessie. What's shaking? Does everyone know who I am already? word gets around. You hungry? This omelet, I think I went too yes? No. What am I thinking? Intrusive thought of, am I being too presumptuous? I am assuming you're a never patient, actually. And that you're just hanging out in the kitchen because you like food? That's a never reason to be in a kitchen beside being the chef. Anyway, omelet, I think I went too far. It's really 2 omelets, maybe 3. I'm going to need some help. You know what? Sure. Western omelet coming up. The omelet is excellent. Fresh eggs, peppers, ham. All of those are difficult to come by. Though you know, this can't be the worst sanitarium of all time if the patients are allowed to handle, like, making their own food. Do you have to does everyone here have to be voluntary? And I assume everyone here is at least in, like, considered in good enough condition to not be in immediate danger to themselves or others if they're allowed unsupervised access to a kitchen. It's almost more like a fancy spa or hotel. All difficult ingredients to come by. Interesting, giving us a little hint of the connections that the sanitarium has. Bessie eats with surprising enthusiasm. She talks with her mouth full. She even hums with her mouth full, or she taps her fingers to the rhythm. Always variations on the same swinging, gentle tune. Gained a heart influence and a little bit of Bessie's omelet, which we have eaten. Excellent. It is very good. Thanks, man. It's nice to cook for someone who appreciates it. Excellent. It's always good to get people's approval. Well, you know, or at least, you know, get into a friendly rapport. The doc's a vegetarian. Rhodey is always on diet. The Straff doesn't like foreign food. Though Vincent and Matt, those cats have appetites. You're an American? Uh-huh. Half, anyhow. My mother's from Quebec. Oh. Little French-Canadian, eh? So I grew up speaking the language. Couldn't seem to get started in New York. Singing, I mean. So I tried in Paris. I dug Paris. Paris was gone. I mean, the end, you know. Her face clouds. Then, the enemy came, and it was gone. I mean, it was the end. But you stayed? I stayed for a while. I knew Matt, I knew Matt's crowd, me, 2 other girls, we were singing. We were doing okay even then. But it kept getting stickier. Then 43 I came south. After. Hey, you mind if we talk about something else? Yeah, actually, you know, that's a good question. Are you a patient or are you a staff member? Work. I see. That would explain why you are allowed unsupervised access. I guess you could say I came with the place. Audrey Chadwick. Audrey owns the villa. I knew her pretty well back home. That name sounds vaguely familiar for reasons I'm not entirely sure why. I called her when I came down here from Paris. She let me know where to pick up the keys, told me to keep an eye on the place. Then the docks people leased it from her. But Audrey told them I could stay as long as I liked. Well, the docks people. Some kind of incorporate foundation. Meninger, maybe. Graveyard man. I don't know. Yeah, let's ask a little about Nina. Maybe we haven't built enough rapport. We also may gain some more trace, which means we are at risk of being arrested. Ah, Nina. Nina was Sunset. Bessie shakes her head in admiration. Oh no. Only 60%. You know what? I'm gonna take a risk. And it paid off. Bessie Dimples gained 2 Grail experiences. Yeah, she was here. She left pretty suddenly. I think she got what she needed from the dock. Thanks, Bessie. Oh no, she disapproves. Hey. What's your thing with her? Why are you looking? Let's see. Following heart? You know, we'll say that's what we're doing. So far, I like being fairly open with people. Except for the doctor. Gotta be a little careful around him. Okay. Funny thing? That's how I felt about coming here. And she approves. Sometimes you have to follow your heart. Sometimes you have to follow your head. Sometimes both go in the same direction, which is very helpful. Thanks for the omelet, Bessie. Anytime, and she approves, and is now very receptive. Good. I don't think there's anything else I immediately need from you. We can examine the stove over here. And potentially get a little something for our trouble. Gleaming cream and chrome. General Electric, one of the very brightest incorporates. Let's see, craft. Old arts, new tools. Which, again, I haven't acquired anything yet. Or have I? Well, interesting. I mean, we have it. Everything? But only with hushery and oh, so I can't just craft you here, I see. Because it's the wrong spot for it. Well, someday I'm gonna figure out the crafting system. It may take a while. Oh, there's also possibly something in the... There is nothing in the fridge right now. Nothing for me. Oh, also there is stuff over here. There's this painting. It does pay to interact with things, because we can gather all sorts of materials. And by materials, I mean memories and attributes and things. Oh no. A phrenology bust. That was way out of date by the 1940s, if I recall. That was the, you know, it's like, oh, you're a criminal, or you're this or that, based on the shape of your skull. I can't be certain, but this looks very like a bust that stood in a tower room in Hush House. I remember it because the joke was that it was a real skull, waxed. One day, I quietly checked that it wasn't. Glass shelves crowded with books, plants, what can really only be described as curious, which I've already read. And there's not much. I have a 55% chance to sophisticatedly, what am I trying to say? To successfully analyze the books. I'll give it a shot. Failure. Can we... We cannot. Damn. Alright, I guess I have to concede. Gained a little bit of weariness, but we did gain some forge experiences, so it's not terribly, Oh, this is a word I've never seen aloud. Languorous. Languorous? Languorous. That sounds right to my head. Alright. So there's not really anything else I can successfully examine. I mean, unless I want to take a 10% risk of this beeswax here. We'll leave that alone, I think. We've caused enough trouble for ourselves. Aha, Matisse. Yes, it's signed. The subject is clearly someone he desired, or at least loved. Perhaps only someone he had to follow. Gaining a little more Grail influence. And what about you? An Aaron Douglas woodcut of O'Neill's Emperor Jones. I remember the play. The rebels killed Jones with a silver bullet, but he'd been a rebel too, in the beginning. Contradiction. Grail. Alright, let's collect all of these things, as someday I'm going to figure out how to make use of them. Frida Kahlo. I hadn't heard of her. Is this a self-portrait? That face painted on her brow, does he rule her, or has she captured him? Alright, I guess upstairs it is then. Oop. Clicked on the wrong thing, and instead phased through the stairs. Alright, some more paintings to examine. Which again will give us some potential useful stuff. Let's see. Jamie Huguet. Archangel St. Michael, 1486. Print. Originally tempera on wood. The Warrior Angel. Winged. Impassive. Harnessed for war. I remember... Or maybe a little bit of lantern instead. A little illumination might be what we need. St. Michael is a favored name of a certain solar hour. I remember when things were clearer. Should I pray? Act it with honor. Gained memory. Revelation 1. The Warrior Angel. Winged. Impassive. Right. I keep reading that over and over again, don't I? Alright. Let's see what we've got here. I don't know if these are strictly useful for, advancing us, but Let's see. Slavery to freedom. Labor to industry. Egypt to America. Knock. What would they find on that mountain? The Mansis? The city unbuilt? Forge. We may achieve, the painting declares. Winter. All that optimism. And then the wars. Everything is worse than when I went away. I don't want to be cynical about it. Oh. A recollection of 1936. Which, if I am remembering our timeline, is about the point where the worms got us. 1936 was the centennial of Texas, and that star must stand for the Lone Star State. I am slightly mistaken. Where that Icarian community found star fragments. Perhaps that's a coincidence. Gaining 2 edge experiences and a intuition memory. Alright, let's see, what else can we... Let's go for a little bit of Forge. I like to think of the positive things we may achieve. Gaining a little bit of Forge influence and a little bit of ambition passion. Delightful. Alright, one more, and then we should probably, get to work on figuring out where we're going. An early Renoir. The scent of flowers also hangs in the halls. Alright, they're the closest door. Let's... Oh my. Surely I can't just sleep in any bed. The grass here ripples with life, like a well-kept horse in a sunray. The woman in the chair is watching me curiously. I should at least speak to her before I begin interfering with her floor. That does seem like the polite thing to do. I am a little curious that you have all of this growing out of your floor. But hello, friend. What do you have to say for yourself? A woman in green. In this part of the world, they would say she is between 2 ages. Her eyes are steady, perhaps a little cynical, not obviously unkind. Rhodia Vachau, whose name I have probably butchered slightly. Maybe. A new twist for our little exile knot. My name is Rhodia. Welcome to this house. And she approves of us, and is very receptive. I thought I'd lock the door. That's odd, but never mind. Oh, dear. Or which would she prefer? I mean... I mean, I would like to chat, but I feel like she's implying that, you know what? No, I'm going to be bold this time. And if she wants me gone, she'll make that clear in short order. Why don't you tell me some diverting thing? Oh yeah, she's like, got a bit of a, poison ivy thing going on here where she's like half plant, half person. Or possibly Swamp Thing. Another cool plant creation. Let us start with... I mean, it's rude to stare. One may politely inquire eventually, but that's probably not how you should start things. Let us begin with introductions. My name is... Oh, crapple. But we did act with honor. The trace is... It's gonna catch up with us eventually. Yeah, we've got 6. Starting at 7, we run into some risk. We are also getting weary, so we're probably gonna have to sleep soon. Ha! Not all of Europe's gentlemen are dead. Oh, good, she approves. Spencer is an English name. You're far from home. Let's do a little back and forth. As are you. Why don't you tell me some diverting thing? Yes. We've already said our name. 45% not good enough to risk. Don't want to stare. Because, again, that's rude. Let's talk about ourselves. We're looking for someone. Nina Lagasse. A man who seeks a woman. Oh yeah. Why did I think that the thing jumped a little? Always wears a certain air. It's one I know too well. Yes, I knew Nina. What was she to you? Let's see. All truths. I know in my heart. Still haven't really thought about it. There's a matter that only... I've been kind of giving contradictory answers, now that I think about it, to different people. But you know what? Let's Is she someone who would be swayed by passions of the heart? Maybe. Let's give it a shot, see if she's a romantic. She does approve, and is now appreciative. The heart's a well of truths. I sang that once, better in Greek. I wish you every chance, but Nina's gone. I liked her, but I never trusted her. So smooth, so bright, so sharp. I don't know what she saw here in Antibes. She said once that the sun sets here, but yet I do not think she liked to watch it set. Why don't you tell me some diverting thing? We're slowly creeping up there. How did you come to Antibes? Reluctantly, my Mimi and myself. Mimi? Mimi's? In Epirus we made our home, and there his bones remain. Poor Epirus has fallen to a double scourge. The doctors offered help with my condition when I fled the city's fall. A double scourge? The plague of leaves, but first the civil war. Icarians made a stronghold of our Epirus. I sang for them, so when the king's men took the city, it went hard for me. Let's have a little look. The preeminent form of socialism in the 20th century, based on the common ownership of the resources of creation, from the dreams of a European radical to an efflorescence of utopian communities and revolutionary movements, to the system on which the Ministries founded their power. I think we had a bit of a look at this, but I didn't, what do we want? Again, I guess I should leave this for now. We'll go through all the footnotes at some point. Maybe. Maybe off camera on my own time, maybe on camera. Also, I'm just noticing, what is that? What was that arrow? Oh. I can't click and... Oh wait, I can click and drag. It's just a little finicky. Let me just make sure I grasp. Oh no. So as long as I'm right on the line. It's a little thin, but it can be done. Oh, I can actually also grab on the arrow. Alright, it's less finicky than I thought. I was evidently... Oh yeah, I don't know how I wasn't able to grab this initially at first. Quite easy, actually. It's like the clicker box is sort of like over here. And also on the line. Alright, let's see. She stubs her cigarette out. Viciously, like another. But Rhodia's name has weight. I made my mark with battle songs, you know, against the enemy. And I stayed free when royalists were arresting Icarians. Who is the enemy? The murderous regime whose crimes broke the continent, whose weapons soured the sun. So much for their dreams of conquest and purification. Even the night is against them now. I'm curious about that, because obviously in real life, I assume you could say the enemy in our 1940s was, you know, the Nazis, or just the larger Axis coalition. Did that hold true in this timeline as well, or was there a different enemy? Because I don't imagine the Nazis were inevitable, like specifically. It could have, like that sort of ugliness and hate and violence, you know, if it wasn't there, it may well have been somewhere else. You know, due to unfortunate patterns of behavior in humanity. You're an Icarian. A patriot first, then everything besides. Against the enemy, we had no help, except that is the stars and the Ministries. Our idiot king had fled, and now he thinks the throne is his to claim again, with British help. Now, if I recall correctly here, if we hover over this again, the Revolutionary Icarian Workers' Council, which drove the revolution in Russia. So, the Ministries are this world's equivalent of the Soviet Union. Just to highlight that. I believe, actually, comment on the first video helped break down who some of the different factions kind of like translate to, like relative to our world. Do you regret coming here? I could be in a camp, or lost to flowers, or foundered in a pit of bones, she gestures with her cigarette. And so I think this place is not so bad. Here's my advice. Be the good doctor's guest, and be my company in the sun. Alright, I think that's all we're gonna get about Greece for the moment. Let's share about our ailment. Entice me, pilgrim. What's your special curse? I was hollowed out by the worms. My heart is not quite the one I was born with. I spent a decade outside the world. I'm not who I used to be. I don't know exactly who I am now. Not yet. I don't want to, yeah, let's stick with, the truth. Oh no. Gained a little... Oh, I'm now pursued. That's not good. Rhodia frowns, stubs out a cigarette, lights never. I don't know what that means, although it doesn't sound like any state I'd choose. Why don't you tell me... Alright, so I don't think there's... Alright, I'm gonna take a crack at this. We have slightly better than coin flip odds. Huzzah! Rhodia Vlashow. 2 moth experiences. Your candle flame. Let me be forgotten. Yes, those were mine, it's true. But very old now, 15 years, I think. You will not judge me by my early songs. You know what? They were lovely. I would like to hear more. And she approves of that. Why don't you tell me... Let's see. Well, we know about this already. I do kind of want to inquire. But I think I'll leave it be for now. Can I sleep? Neatly made but patched with undisturbed lichen. It must have been weeks at least since anyone slept in these sheets. Wonder if there's a patient in every room. Oh my. Well, isn't this a fancy place? El Triunfo del Torcador? Maybe. Closed but not locked. We'll have a little peek. A hydrometer quivers as I open the lid. Inside, a drawer full of crisply labeled cigars. It's a humidor, a storage box designed to preserve a suitable moisture level, so that the cigars neither dry out nor grow spongy. Let us examine. Let's see, Romeo y Julieta Churchills, all the way from Cuba. They're not even rationed, they're just wildly unavailable. How did Strathcoin come by them in a sanitarium in the unfavored end of France? Gaining 2 forge experiences and a scent memory. And Strathcoin has access to black market cigars. Was OBA involved in their provision? Ah. Yeah, so obviously I'm not going to pilfer. That would be rude. Act with honor. Poking around his belongings would be embarrassing if I were caught, but I have my reasons. Petty larceny is something else entirely. Indeed. I concur. I think we'll move on from here. Give that a little double click so we charge off. Alright, a never individual. Some wacky... Oh, hello. Give that a little charge. Behold, I stand at the door and knock, the light of the world. Holman Hunt's controversial but radiant depiction of the Shepherd Illuminate as the Watchman's avatar. Holy enough for a man in a hurry. Alright, so this is a place of illumination, I think. Here we are. A clever practitioner might craft a midnight mark with nyctodromy. A subtle one might use hushery, a ruthless one... Skolosophy. I'm gonna have to hear someone someday say that out loud so I get, like, the rhythm of how I'm supposed to say that in. Those different approaches, you'll work in different places. Nyctodromy can be used at a wound or threshold, but not at a shadowed place. Hushery can be used at a shadowed or quiet place, but not at a wound, and so on. This is why you find the most sinister adepts in graveyards, and the least fun ones in churches. I see. But we can get a little of this, I think. Let's see. I mean, we could actually use... Now, hang on a second. Because, like, we already have a revelation. Let's see here. A little bit of intuition. And... maybe a little bit of moth. Still can't craft. So I have not quite... Unless... No. Alright, I am still missing something. Something. But we did also get that if we go to a wound, and there are several wounds in the earth back in town, we might have some opportunities here. I don't think I want to sniff the earth. Not yet. Not the hole. Probably doesn't smell very good. Alright, this is a wound and a door. Alright. So, though it does occur to me, maybe I just don't have the, yeah, I don't know if I need 20 Nyctodromy. Oh wait, maybe that's why I'm not able to pull this off. Because I don't have the necessary... Do I have the necessary, stuff for anything? I guess is the question. Oh, I can do this. Oh. Oh, wait, I think I'm starting to understand here. Maybe. Like, I don't... Or do I have these? We'll figure this one out. Let's see. Temples of Ice. Cobby's Gleaming Amber. Knives of Nerveless Acuteness. A Cage of Coral. Let's see here. A little bit of Knife. A little bit of Winter. Nope, that's not it. Alright. I'm not quite getting this. I mean, I think I'm missing the pieces. Like these. I kind of wish hovering over them would give me a little tooltip saying what it is. Let me take a minute with this. I might... So I think I'm... Like, what I'm looking at here is, I need to find that, like, little, I'd describe that as, like, a little house. So, is there any fitting... I feel like the answer is no. I mean, I guess the most straightforward thing would be to just go back and agree to the doctor's, proposal. Like, what is this? Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite got it. At some point, I am going to figure out how the crafting works. I feel like once I successfully manage to pull it off, like, all the pieces will come together. There may actually be a point where the game, like, actually straight up gives us a tutorial saying, like, hey, this is, like, you do this and this and that, and then it all comes together. Alrighty then, let's see. What? Let's see here. Yes, let us, oh, actually, you know what, let's try to gain a little bit more of his, approval before we move on. My arm has no name, Mr. Hobson. This is a tedious and puerile bit of pockiness perpetrated by an ignorant... Oh, dear. Well, that's unfortunate. Dr. OBA acted with cynicism. OBA is most certainly not the author of this calamity. In fact, I have his personal assurance that he will discipline that author. Oh dear. I'm sorry to tell you, Mr. Strathcoin, that I heard this Annabelle nonsense directly from Dr. OBA. I had no idea or defend you, so I'm very disappointed in him. And I have a 0% chance. Alright, so I fell into a, failed by 12. Crap. Alright, well, he's not gonna believe that. Oh dear. Well, you know what, let's just get right to the point, shall we? I may be shutting out my options here. Of course, he has those black market Romeo-y Julietas in the humidor in his room. Are you a cigar man, Mr. Strathcoin? I am. I couldn't do without my Churchills. Although cigar smoke does not entirely agree with my other nature. So I may yet be forced to give up that little pleasure. I haven't seen those in France since the war. Aye, dark times. But Dr. Obier sees to it for me, out of the goodness of his heart. Well, I pay a small surcharge. This is the world we live in, Mr. Hobson. I trust the matter will remain between us. I wouldn't want to provoke unseemly envy. I've learned that Obier is accepting inducements from his residents to provide black market goods. You probably wouldn't want this to come out. Raising the subject of Obier may provide an opportunity to pressure him. Alright. So that's good. Let's check some of the other rooms before we return to Obier. Just in case there's additional evidence. His room may be here as well. Alright, bathroom. Other bedroom. So whose room is this? I've only seen those roses since, I've only seen these roses since the wars. Magpie roses, I hear them called. The skewbald rose. Skew-bald. Or dappled? I swear sometimes when I'm trying to read things, I can't get the words out. No, we'll stay as we are. What does the time tell us, if anything? Sleepers wake, no more delaying. An unusual device displaying the current time in black glyphs on white tiles. As I watch, the two smaller tiles at the end flip regularly, updating the time display to the precise second. Examine it more closely. An array of buttons marked with enigmatic glyphs. Well, let us determine their function. If I can read. If I can only read. These three are pretty clear, actually. They'll allow me to set an alarm to wake me. Oh, okay, so I could use this to sleep and then break into the doctor's office. Alright. You know what? We will do it. If I sleep in this bed tonight, I'll wake at midnight, sacrificing restful sleep for the ability to explore untroubled by busybodies. You know what? We'll watch the numbers flipping for a moment. Flip, 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 flip. The effect is soothing, hypnotic even, but not revelatory. Except, of course, that it reveals the future with every flip. Doubly unusual. Since the War in the Sun, clocks in Europe usually run inconsistently, wind down, or break, sometimes in quite dangerous ways. But this incorporate manufactured device looks to be keeping a good time. Interesting. Alright. I mean, we are getting tired, so we do need to actually properly sleep at some point. Now, I could also talk with this guy, but I am running short on time, so... Oh wait, there's not a door here. If I click on this, can I peek behind the curtain? Oh, guess we're ending up talking to him after all. A wiry, handsome man, his eyes are hidden behind smoke glass goggles, rather like something an arc welder might wear. So it takes me a few moments to recognize him. He's quicker off the mark. Vincent. Lieutenant Houssier. It's you. Damn your eyes. Vincent is grinning. Oh my. He's very friendly to us, so this is someone we knew. Or possibly someone the worms knew. Vincent Traby? That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Oh, wait, this is back when we were in the Legion du Sul days. We were posted together to watch the Bounds in Algeria. I remember that Vincent was a bit of a scoundrel. But a lot of us were scoundrels in the Legion. And the two of us always got on. Come to think of it, I saved his leg. You know what? I'm not going to disavow him of my name. How's the leg? And Vincent approves of our compassion. Only bad in bad weather, so I stay on this side of the park, eh? Weren't you dead? What are you doing here? Can I trust you? Excuse me again. 1 second, I need to never sip. Oh, my poor throat is giving out on me these days. Of course you can. Once a legionnaire, always a legionnaire. Honneur et humanité. Remember? Eve of St. James the Greater. Khorasan, 1934. I'm looking for someone. Oh ho, a woman? Bet it's a woman. Yes, there's something I need from her. Who is she then? What is she to you? I've never met her, but her name is Nina Lagos. Yeah, she was here, not long ago. Don't know where she went. I'll keep my ears open, though, Chief. What I know, you'll know. I'm glad to find you here. Vincent approves. You too, you too, Chief. This is... Was it in a previous episode of this, the bass bass thing? This also always gets me. Damn English. Chef, Chief. Anyway, are you a visitor, resident, or staff? Resident. Or let's actually say a visitor. Welcome then. On the other side of this curtain, well, residents are allowed to talk to each other, so go in there if you're feeling brave. What do you mean? Sorry, can't talk about it. Gives it power, but you'll be fine. It won't hurt another resident. See you about, Chief. Oh. Alright, well. I mean, we do have other stuff to be getting onto, but oh my. Ominous. Turn on the dark. I'm afraid of the light. Something that was here has been erased by shadow. A map? A painting? Leave that alone, you ridiculous man. I'm much more exciting and 10 times as bright. Is that the obelisk? The shadow is its own kind of substance. It almost drips darkness. Alright. Is there anything I can actually do here? The answer is... Technically, it seems like there is something. We've done it! There's actually something to craft! Huzzah! Act it with passion, honor. Okay, you've created something. Click to collect it. Any catalyst ingredients are also ready to be collected. Any fuel ingredients have been consumed. Interesting. Every responsible practitioner knows not to invite unwanted influences. Before you start on your next recipe, click the results of your last recipe to collect them. Alright, and what is this? Alright, if you just close the crafting menu without collecting what you've made, it'll go to your inventory anyway, but we find it satisfying to appreciate the results of our work. Indeed. Alright, so we've created some kind of illumination. Wait, I can also make an egg. An egg of some kind, but what purpose is there with that? Maybe a little of this. I don't know if I'm being too frivolous here. Okay, so I did in fact already have a revelation. And what are you, Mr. Egg? Regret. Hollow has its shadow. A paradox. A memory. Okay. We've got all our stuff that we can equipped. And that is... Let's see. Born on the 28th of June, a human-height block of something brilliantly luminous, almost hidden beneath a heavy velvet drape. Damp spots on the drape, drops of water on the floor, a hazy chill in the air of the room, all suggest that something is ice. Dr. J.N. Sinobre. Sinom? Yeah, it's probably Sinom. Who has come to Sinom? Whose heart and whose name? Come closer, my dear, let me see. Alright. We shall approach. Dr. J.N. Sinom approves, and is now receptive. Acted with curiosity. Now just let your thoughts wander, just open your eyes. It's so bright, is it not? It's so clear. Oh no, we've gained fascination. What does that mean? Rhysophoria. The first stage of a kind of delirium. A moment of peace, perhaps more than a moment. What does fascination tell us? Gold spills through the cracks. Penalties at 4+, -1 to all skill checks. Alright, so as long as we stay under that... Oh, god dang it, we're building up our traces. Who is hollow of spirit and brazen of heart? Who has come here through iron and salt? I know you and your name, Lieutenant S.H. Now tell me in turn what I am. Oh dear. You're a fulgent, a lantern long. A long. That's like a step below an hour, if I remember my cultist simulator correctly. A kind of immortal. Oh yeah, a bodiless immortal of the Company of Lights. You're a mantis spirit and not a well one, or you wouldn't choose to be here in the sanitarium. The aristocracy of the old sun, the power of the mantis gracing the wake. 90% risk? Success! Gain 2 lantern experiences. And you are trapped in a scrine here in the wake because someone back in the mantis has destroyed your scrineway. No fulgent would risk staying this long in a scrine if something is impermanent or impermanent as ice. Oh, she disapproves. She didn't like that. I acknowledge your insight, disparage your tact. We'll agree that it is as you say. Sonombre is listening. Tell her what you seek. Yes. Let's see here. I guess we'll take a little risk here. This could advance us in another way. The last Witch of Lagash. A traitoress, a fraud. Ah, of course, the compulsion of brass. You know what? I will not rise to your bait. Act it with honor. You know, we've been doing a lot of honor and sorrow. At least, you know, we're kind of forming a consistent pattern for our character here. So the wisdom of silence is not lost to the world. That will serve you, perhaps, with the witch. Alright, so now she is receptive to us. Well, Nina has left us. That much you must know. The director dreams brightly of why. Would you walk in his dreams, then, to learn of her fate? If you offer me what I must have? Alright. She has offered to convey me to Aubier's dream, if I meet its requirements. Interesting that once you become a long, you become more of an it. Like an object rather than a person. Intriguing. Not there, but it. That's something I don't recall dwelling on too much playing Cultist Simulator, is like what it means to become like a long or an hour. That is a thing you can do, isn't it? You can rise all the way up to being... Or maybe the hours were still... I feel in my head that you could, but I think in Cultist Simulator you could only rise to be a long. Maybe. The hours were still something, like, yet further away from humanity. Or were they? I think a long could eventually become an hour, if I'm remembering my lore correctly. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's see. What safeguards would you offer? Oh, banish your fears. I won't feast on your thoughts. I'll offer the oath you prefer. Well, I don't really have... I'll leave it for now. Don't necessarily know if I trust you. What price would you want? I am generous and always I'm ready to trust. Only give me your word that you'll help. The next time I find myself needful and lost, I'll call on your services then. Or if you found for me the customary gift, then that's easier, of course, for us both. Saddam's light pulses avidly. Alright, let us leave for now. Because I think if I close these curtains... I'll be back with you. I will not forget you. Don't you worry. And I shall go. Alright, so... Oh wait, I can't close this. Oh wait, yes, maybe. I can't quite click on it. But like, I'm curious. You know, because the implication is that there's like something here that does not like the light. Alright, so we can get into some real supernatural stuff. But you know what? I'm going to go the mundane route for now. I don't know if I want to trust I don't know if I want to trust along, because you start getting involved with higher powers, and I don't think I'm equipped in case they have some some agenda of their own. So we shall sleep instead. Goose down mattress, plump pillows, warm blankets, kindly provided for by the sanitarium aujourd'hui. And we shall attempt to sleep. I can't get into bed. I'm still fully... Oh. I guess that makes sense. So we do need to, in fact, change into some sleep attire. Yes, you found a private place to change outfits. You start with 2. The one you stepped off the train wearing, and a dressing gown. You probably exhausted. Consider resting to heal troubles. Switching to your dressing gown and your outfits grid, and you'll be able to sleep. Yes, because we don't want to look like too much of a weirdo. Alright, we shall sleep then. Though we won't really... Yes. I mean, I guess I could sleep and then... But no, we'll, a droning tone, like Sermonious and Didactic Bee, drags me from my muddled dreams. My alarm has awoken me. We won't gain the benefits of a restful night's sleep. But then we can go about all sorts of things. We could talk to people. But I'm not going to, I'm not going to delve into everything. Because there is a lot. There's a lot for us to do. Oh. Oh no. We got a little stuck there. But sometimes these things happen. Alright, so we know that there is a secret behind the mirror. But then again, did I actually find out how to open it? Let's see. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What can you tell me? Okay, we know that there is something here. The moonlight here is clear enough to make out the edges of the discolored patch of the texture. Oh, I don't have an item, but we have a 100% chance to examine the wall with our keen powers of observation. In my time on the stage, I saw a great many secret doors, hidden compartments. I suspect there may still be a door here. Aha! Gaining 2 winter experiences for our trouble. The door swings inward, not only a little, before it jams against something in the crowded room beyond, but the opening is wide enough for me to step through. And we shall. Hello, Mr. Bear. Unbearable lightness. In the corner of the room rears, somehow half-heartedly, a great brown bear. Let us lay a hand on its fur. Is it real? Like bristly, musty carpet, with a squelch to it, as if the carpet had been laid on a rotting floor. Ugh. I don't think this has been taken care of. Also, how the heck did they fit this thing in here? As it almost looks like it would be bigger than the door frame. But then again, maybe not. Some sort of deliquescence... I'm going to say deliquescence. Beneath the bear's heraldic exterior. Best not to investigate too closely. You know, another thing that I like about these games is they do expose me to a nice, a rather extensive range of flowery language that I don't often come across. And, it's nice sometimes coming across words that you actually struggle with a little bit. It's how you learn. Let's see, what does the bear have to say for itself? Glass eyes gleam, yellowed fangs. It must be decades dead. Perhaps the bear came with the house, originally. Presumably, Obier stuck it here, or in here, because he felt it didn't strike the right tone for his high-minded institution. It does seem kind of, sensible. What does the plinth say? Any, let's see, Jeremy. Haute Garonne, 1895. 50 years ago. How did it die? How did it come here? I am quite curious. Gained a little bit of knock. In the corner of the room... Yes, we know about that, of course, already. Alright. I guess I'll leave you be. Everything too battered or difficult or unfashionable to be seen in the sanitarium goes here. Tidied away so Aubier never has to think about it. Ah, the safe. Unfortunately, I don't necessarily know how to open it. But there is a mirror. Let's see. A Battleship Gray safe of incorporate manufacture. Solid as a continent, gleaming dully in the dimness. A safe like this opens only to the correct combination, or if the correct application of explosives. Oh dear. My heart and the night agree. The safe will open when I turn the handle. I turn the handle. With an oiled click, the safe swings open. Interesting. Is there someone else here? Oh my. Safe. Winds... Winsows? That can't be right. Softs? It's like dough. Winsows. Nighttime noises. No one coming. I mean, the fact we had that option concerns me. There's something else going on here. No cash in the safe, just documents, letters, financial records, 6 notebooks. One is called Hobson. Wait. That's me! Interesting. Let's have a quick look through it. You know, we want to see what's going on here. It's written in some sort of cipher. There's only a page and a half of notes so far. There's also an unflattering doodle of me. It's probably me. It has a mustache anyway. Interesting. I'll have a chuckle. You know, it's always better to, you know, act in, you know, good humor with these things. We've also recovered a moth to our aspect pool. Let's check the financial records. Might be able to, you know, blackmail the doctor. The sanitarium receives substantial funding from the European Recovery Program, the Atchison mission, and from a semi-charitable and corporate entity called the Menninger Foundation. Very substantial funding, giving us 2 Rose experiences. But there's something else here. On almost every document, there's an enigmatic line item. Onteric coordination. Alright, now this has something to do with dreams. The Office of Onteric Coordination, the OOC. Who exactly is funding OBA? Is the money really coming from Menninger? Interesting. When I was coming out from Alexandria, they dynamited the pass at Reyes and Nacra. And I had to slip across the border in a Cypriot smuggler's jeep. The Cypriot got drunk enough to tell me he was running guns for an outfit called the Office of Enteric Coordination, a covert limb of the incorporate government with a mandate to shape history. That was the first time I heard the name, but not the last. Interesting. There's a lot to eventually go through in these footnotes. Let's see here. Yes. Is there anything else? Sinom, Strathcoin, Vlachos, Raveline, and Lagos. Lagos is her name now, tonight reminds me. But there was a time when they called her the Witch of Lagash. Lagash. A flimsy slip of paper, a calendrier with details of a traveling carnival, slides out from between the pages of the Lagos notebook, which we shall pocket. So, traveling carnival, that's something to give us a bit of direction. And we have completed it. Excellent. To learn more, examine the calendrier in your inventory. Alright, and that is all that we need from that. Though I do want to examine this. I think that click was just the sound of the safe closing, but there may be more. A cracked mirror, not discarded but kept here in this chamber of concealed business. Regret. I feel like when I leave, there might be trouble, but we will see. Let's see. The sun has set, but I am not sleeping. Wake at midnight. Bessie's omelet. A full humidor. The doctor's notebook. Let's see here. What are we looking at here? The dreams, the eyes, the secrets. Claiming a plan reward. Choose the experience you'll find most useful, or the one which best expresses your attitude to these events, or the prettiest color. Okay. Oh no. Yellow I know is the lantern. Purple is, I want to say knock. And orange is forge, if I'm not mistaken. What would be most useful to me? I mean, I like the Lantern of Revelation, but you know what? I just want to confirm that I actually know my colors. Aha, I do. Excellent. White is moth. This particular shade of pink is grail. Or are you grail? I kind of wish it showed the symbol as well as the color. Actually, in fact, I would actually suggest that would be a good thing to add for, you know, people who are even more colorblind than I am. As I think if these two colors were right next to each... Well, actually, no, I think these are different enough that my color blindness would still be able to separate them if they were right next to each other. But just in case, what would be most useful to us? Let's oop. All right, a little bit of Grail. Was that... Now that I have to ask, was there like a little bar of progress advancing with that I could not see due to my color blindness? In case it's not clear, I am slightly colorblind. It's only with like close shades. However, I'm pretty good at like seeing all the different colors. Just if there's like two close shades, then I kind of struggle, and my brain just kind of sees like a big blob. I mean, it sounds like I could actually still pursue some other stuff, maybe. But I think we need to examine our inventory now. And what is this? The Rosamundi Calandre. Let's just call it the calendar. A leaflet printed in dramatic text, or dramatic white text on black background, showing the upcoming route of a traveling carnival. Oh, wait, right-click to read. Silly me. Alright, what have you got to say? White text on smudgy black. Maybe I should actually get out of here before we continue with this. What kind of circus is this? And we have... I was so close, 85%. Surely I can... Oh, I can't. Damn it. Alright, fine, I'll concede my failure. Commedia del Sol. Comedy of the Sun. Gained a bit more weariness. That's not good. But we did gain some lantern experience, so that's a plus. As much theater as anything, they're not advertising any booth shows or beasts or acrobats. Alright, well, I feel like we've got to be coming... My guess would be that we're near the end of the demo when we actually find out how to find Nina. Where and when is the performance? Or is it performing? The circus came west from Genoa to the Côte d'Azur. Côte d'Azur. Butchered that. Which must have been when Nina stopped in at the sanitarium. Its route goes on along the coast through Marseille, Montpellier, Béziers, then north into wilder regions. I've missed most of the dates, but it's due in the city of Mamata in the mountains of Lozère. There should still be time to catch it there. Alright, Mamata then. Alright. Then we shall move on for now. We can ask these questions later. Oh. Can I get out? Yes. A wave of panic washes over me. What if the doors become stuck? What if I can't get out? It won't be stuck. I can get out. I can always get out. But once I couldn't, whispers the night. Step back through. Alright. Well, we have managed to successfully escape, so onwards and upwards, I say. I think we might go a little long, because I think we're nearing the end. Alright, let's see. Safe as long as he moves on the next day. Ready for all the little ceremonies of a gentleman's morning. Make the bed. You know, that is good. To be honest, I don't always make my bed first thing in the morning, but I generally feel better when I do, so I will. Yes. We will straighten the pillows, and we have acted with honor. And now we shall dress and move on with our lives. As one does. Alright, jolly good. We are now dressed and ready to get the heck out of here. Which actually, if I just open the map, can I just leave now? So we are here. Oh, and it's actually right here. This will remove 5 traces. And I'm up to 9. Oh my. Okay, so we've got to get to a station. So let us do that now. We won't talk to the doctor. We'll just get the heck out of here before, you know, any any more trouble occurs. Oh. Oh no. A wiry, handsome man. His eyes are hit. Oh, wait, this is our friend. Sylvain, going somewhere? Away. Is that likely to cause difficulties for you? Heavens, no. Want company? It'll be dangerous where I'm going. Vincent Guffaws. My lieutenant. We were in the Legion. Okay. You know what? I will. Alright, but call me Spencer. That's my name now. Spencer Hobson. Which is probably going to give me more traces. Huh, alright. I remember you talked in your sleep, in English. Vincent approves. Oh, okay, that worked out. So we've got a friend. Vincent has joined you as a companion and will assist with skill challenges where he can. Let's see. This is your first companion. There are others. A companion will follow you, providing skill bonuses and occasionally opinions. Certain story options will increase the skill bonuses. Nothing will silence the opinions. Nice. Now I wonder if we only get one companion at a time, or if we're eventually going to have like a big, like we'll have like a whole company heading on down. The heat strikes me like a friendly fist. I am now perspiring. Alright, so we've made it to a station, which will allow us to move on somewhere, perhaps. Oh wait, or maybe not. Maybe it's in here. Alright, here we are. The station hall is almost deserted. Not so many visitors to the Riviera these days. Or in these times, rather. Yes, the train runs to Mamata, and Mamata is where I'll find Nina Lagasse. And thus, that is where we are going. The point can use... Ooh, how badly did I butcher that one? Please never hesitate to let me know how badly I am butchering words in the comments. As, you know, it's the only way I'll learn. Waits at the barrier, moodily clicking her ticket clipper. Beyond the barrier, at the platform, the train gleams and growls. Let's see. Oh. Wouldn't be a bad idea to grab a cigarette lighter. Today's edition of the sheaf lies on another chair. I could wad it into a ball, start a fire, take advantage of the... No, that's very irresponsible and dangerous. So we will not do that just now. We'll just buy some tickets. And hope we can get the hell out of here. 2,000 francisques for 2 tickets, 1 each. Yes. Alright. Second class. 1,000 francs. For 2 tickets. 500 each. Oh my. Less plush? Oh my. Let's see. 500 for 2 tickets. Traveled third class from Alexandria. Alright, hang on a second here. So there's first class, second class. Alright, I mean, we'll do it. I mean, 500 is still a lot. I think I've got the money. Chief, I can make a contribution. Enough for a third class ticket of my own. Oh, thank God. Alright. 1,000 each for first class, 500 each for second, 250 for third. Okay. Yeah, we're... What are your feelings, Vincent? I mean, we might as well ask. Come on, we need to dig holes in the sand to sleep. Or we used to dig holes in the sand to sleep. If I wanted goose down pillows, I'd never have left the sanitarium. Alright. In that case, we will go third class. We don't need to be fancy. Alright, we'll both travel in third class, pay 250. Alright. That's a lot of money, but we have survived here. Trains are better than the Desert Express, even after the wars. Together, down the platform to the waiting carriages. We shall board the train and get the heck out of here. Good to be on the move again. I think I might have overstayed my welcome here. And he approves and is now very friendly. The train's whistle shrieks with joy, and then its engines drive it forward into the night between cities. Oh, the cat's coming with us as well. Interesting. Cambron, the cat from the sanitarium. That thing really does get everywhere. I think it's possessed. Hello? Let's see if the cat approves. The cat backs away, bristle twitching in ineffectual martinet or martinet fury, and darts off down the train. Okay, I guess we haven't quite earned the cat's trust yet. The pewtered surface of the Bay d'Ang falls away. The rain slams the sky closed. The hills rise around us. We've recovered knock. We've lost free dread, lost free fascination. Excellent. So away we shall go. Let's see. The French state, work, family, homeland. When the French Third Republic fell, the rump government in the south joined forces with the enemy, preserving a kind of independence as l'État français. As the enemy retreated, the state switched sides and joined the Allies. So where does this leave us now? With de Gaulle and Darlan rattling sabers across a new carved border between a rump Fourth Republic and an authoritarian para-fascist state. Quite ominous. Alright, we've lost some traces. We're no longer actively pursued, but we are still under surveillance. Alright. We have arrived safely across War's Wasteland. Good. You don't have to enter a destination when you arrive. You can keep moving if you have the right papers, but you'll usually want to enter. This first time you certainly should. And so we shall. Dun dun dun. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna feel silly if, like, if we just go a few steps forward and then, like, we actually... Oh, there's the carnival right there. Also, isn't that the doctor? The train's roar fades into the distance. Its echoes follow the beggar, or follow like beggared children. A clinging, loamy silence falls. Let us look around. A flash of unexpected color above the post office flags rippling lazily in the dank air of the valley. The circus. We've reached Bemada, and I've found Rosamundi. Almost there, but not yet. You are Spencer Hobson, Sylvain Hussier, Favre Brass, hollow of spirit and brazen of heart. This has been... okay, this is in fact the end. This has been the Traveling at Night demo. We are Weather Factory, Lottie Bivon and Alexis Kennedy, and we look forward very much to bringing you the whole game. And we shall indeed... No, I want more! But yes, we shall applaud graciously. But also, what was the bit with the cat? Indeed, we shall act with curiosity. Yes, exactly, yes. There's something up with that cat, man. Alright, the demo is over. Europe awaits. Mamada, where the red nuns look down on the beasts of the town. Kane, where the new kings... Cataflack? Oh, I'm butchering that one for sure. Mahogany, under its amber Berlin red litten. Prague, cross-hived with its stairway ever down, and at last, your final destination. You are the one who passes every door, conjure your new self, confess your schemes, and just when they think they have the measure of you, disappear. Think someone else might enjoy this? Send them the link so they can wishlist it, or try the demo. And indeed, if you've been watching this, and you have not tried the demo out for yourself, I am quite certain there is a lot that I did not cover in my playthrough. Lots of mysteries, lots of lore, lots and lots of footnotes with other links and experiences and memories and little bits and pieces to gather. There's also like a singular achievement in the demo for getting a passion, which I don't think I succeeded in doing. So that's another, lots of stuff to do. And I look forward to kind of seeing where we go with this. This has been fun. And we'll have to keep an eye on this. But until then, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see all you in the next video.